Hello guys, glad to have you on board again today. For some intraday purposes, I still can't manage to load the cryptocurrencies historical data into Bookmap. Still problems from Coinbase updating their API. So until we can actually get a fully functional system, I'd rather like to delay our intraday visions of cryptocurrency. So anyway, it's been a couple days since I haven't been talking about them anyway, so I think it requires somehow a little bit of an update, so I'll do it. So I still have very low confidence in the current tradable area. This is why I don't necessarily send you updates out there. So let's figure out what new technicals we do have, at least what recent technicals we have. You can see in here is a bearish target, breakout target, but the problem is we've had multiple targets. This one's probably where the breakout occurred. So the best we could have so far, at least in my personal feeling, my personal interpretation of the indications I have so far, is that this was an ugly range accumulation structure somewhere, like an ugly flat triangle, or a rectangle triangle broken to the downside, reverse created a breakout. So it would be like some weird accumulation system, breakout in here. Clearly, as you can confirm that with clear technical analysis in here, bulls should have taken over and they didn't. So here's where the breakout occurred. This is where we probably had to make divergence. This is probably our current pullback, and we might be searching for final excess, which means in here is a buying opportunity more than anything else. So I would suggest, if you want to do something with cryptocurrencies, there is a potential support area in here. I know most people think this is bearish, gonna crash forever, whatever. All I can tell you is that don't listen to them, just listen to whatever is more reliable than words, which is technicals. Once again, indications don't nearly give a shit about what you think. They don't nearly give a shit about whatever everybody thinks in Twitter or anywhere else. They do look for structures and technicals in prices, and I tend to say that out of my personal experience, they are way more accurate than people's beliefs. So anyway, what we have in here is just we're locked on for this price for at least 20 bars. So it leads at least to later today. So for the entire day, if we get close to this area, there's a buying opportunity to look forward for. Obviously requires a signal, you know the drill, and that signal will give you the risk management. If that's just a taking profit, which we already done, though very less likely going to be another taking profit in here, very more likely to be an exit signal, so probably a decent risk management out there for a reversal. So that's not the kind of trade for beginners to take, but I would say more experienced traders like yellow guys in Discords or whatever, this is definitely the kind of trades you might be able to take on your own. You definitely see that this trend is mature already, so all those targets are areas you want to fucking buy. No more, no less. You want to buy below the previous low, so we're probably going to get there, and if we do get there, you might want to buy people's losses more than anything else. That doesn't mean the market will obviously reverse. It just says in here is a risk management area, low risk tradable area at least. And it also depends on what signals you get. And if you get no signals in here and a straight bearish line through this area, then obviously you let it go, all right? But I definitely stand for what I think, and I know my drill. Normally in here you're probably going to have a bullish signal, and it's a tradable one if the signal is an exit or something like that. Obviously don't take huge amounts of risks in there. Remember that the overall structure would just lead us, like you go there and it's kind of a save the dip, all right? So going in here and saving the dip, because if in here there's no bullish signal, you know what's coming next. It means that we'll probably be in a bearish range in here, which means we're going to break down this context. So it's really the last chance. Either we go there, dip a toe and find some bulls, all right? And we're probably going to save the dip once again out of 50% of this trend channel. Obviously, if we fail in here, straight line to the downside. Though filling the gap at 8.5, and we can go down to 7.6 and eventually dip below later on. I would require the goddamn bookmap visibility to know and to orientate this scenario. I don't have it, so I'd rather like to remain silent. So I don't really know much about what's to come. All I can tell you is that range signals on 4 hour, 1 hour suggest we might be reversing soon. So I know some people are over bearish right now. I'm not, and I don't think it necessarily is what's coming. So be patient, be resilient, just be rich. Damn it, that's not what I meant. Just be risk managing. That is all you should really care about. Anyway, going from stock to stock market, it's hard to say whatever the fuck is going to come out of today's session. Yesterday's session was not really what I expected, but not necessarily that much of a bullish session. So we're hardly failing into this area, still suggesting what I think if we get to failing here, and if we ever get back to support area, huge and big breakouts are down the road, probably 10 to 15% drops afterwards, and absolutely not a single chance for the bulls to save any dip in between, which means if we ever fail in here, go back to the support, breakout, and it's a straight line down to 2500 probably. So that's our context, all right? The big context. If it goes down, then you don't try to look for any fucking bullish entry, all right? I really want you guys to be ready for it. I've been so eventually even too much preparation so far for you guys, but I really I know it's gonna be shocking if it happens. I know you would like to buy or buy yourself out because you'll think it's gonna V-shape reverse or whatever shit this is. If it goes down, just let it fucking go for 6 months at least. All right, learn patience, even if that means learning it the hard way. Just don't cut those positions. If you really want to do something, then I don't know, just partial profit take or whatever, but just leave at least part of that position open for a wider perspective. Like I said, at least 6 months, or wait for position sizing, wait for positions to actually drop like 15 to 20% on the US equities. These are the big shorts. So I'm not sure they will actually trigger. All I'm saying is that if they do, they will be no V-shaped reversal this time. Hardly going to be. At least the risk management area is the 2500, and like I said, going in there, very likely going to go down the expanded wedge structure rather than finding some support in here. Still, we'll risk manage in there, but like I said, if we hold the selling entries until there, this is where I agree you guys partial profit take, and I'll probably do it as well. All right, but the current context goes down, don't buy, let it go with the selling entries as far as possible. Anyway, that was just for context. We're supposed to go daily to just have a look at the gapping structures. We still have this gap unfilled, absolutely no reason to go higher, so still tending to believe that we're saving some time before actually putting a big red candle. I don't know if it's going to happen today, I don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow. All I can tell is the momentum is still bearish, and we still have very decent odds to fuck up this trend channel that has absolutely there's no absolute in trading, but very tiny chances to actually pull the prices back to historical highs. We've got nothing to deal with, absolutely no good news. So the market can rise out of its own ashes because of hopes for stimulus or whatever shit that is. The actual truth is that you've got nothing to trade for sure. You've got nothing certain. So all we've got now is hopes and dreams. And like I told you, this problem is that out of hopes and dreams, we simply build a paradigm. And when the paradigm falls, it falls freaking hard. And I tend to believe that we're about to switch this paradigm. Anyway, gaps to the upside below our feet still open, and we're probably going to go search for them. And absolutely no gap on the resistance on the opposite direction. So that's what the conclusion we get down to. Now we go futures market, 1 hour trading, and we can easily confirm what we've said earlier. The market is hardly failing on this resistance. Tried hard in here, no signal so far. We're still locked below a resistance, below a breakout, probably a range breakout target in here. And like I said, anytime we fail in here is probably straight line to the bottom area of this range without absolute, no absolute, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me today. We've got very high chances to break down this area, and this is where the ugly part starts to trigger. Alright, so we try to save the dip in here. I never even imagined that we'll save it this way, but we failed to break the resistance this time. Like something doesn't work as expected. Previously, anytime we were failing a bear signal, the bulls were just breaking every resistance right instantly, like straight line, stop hunting. We're not doing this right now. As you can see, something's blocking prices, and it's not just because of the bulls not buying. The bulls are crazy fucking buying, but it's just that somebody is in front of them right now. So I tend to believe this is a battle. Like I said, bulls are obviously supporting the dips like every time, because when they don't know what to do, they buy the dip. Right, of course, it's worked so well on the previous months and years, but still, it's going to fail at some point. And when it will, I told you, the paradigm will instantly be confirmed to be switched, and it will never return. That's the problem. When the buy the dip situation will fail, and when the buy the dippers will end up with a loss, they're not going to buy anymore, but to let it go for at least 20 to 25% drops from the current prices. So I expect 30% drops, and I still stand for this. That's a bare minimum to me. So in a technical perspective, 1 hour charts just gives us absolute no information but the fact that we're trading the resistance context. The problem is if we do have to analyze this, we already had the mature range. Reason why I told you, as long as we don't break those areas, there is absolutely no fucking thing to tell about this range. This range is supposed to be matured at this stage. All we can tell for now is that we've got this range boundary, this one, third range boundary. We're building and searching for the fourth one. All we can tell is that the previous two are are rising. So this is our first trend line. We're building a second one in this range. So far, we can hardly tell what this is. All right. Normally, this is supposed to be higher low, high, as the previous low has been lower. Now, we can also build something like that, which is just tiny bearish orientated trend line, not a flat line. I don't know, but if we're reversing here, I'm not going to cry, all right? It's just I cannot, for now, at least for now, sell the US stock market as I have no signal on the swing trade. So I basically just wait for something to be done. So in the current area, it's noisy. We could, if we ever go there, back to the previous support, it's probably the signal for the range to go straight to the bottom area and break down the trend line. All right, so the technical areas are this area, the previous low, all right, this area, but this is a breakout area, the trend line, and there is the area out of anything that is on top of this. So normally we should have to overcome this resistance temporarily, like getting in here, bam, trying to break, giving us another cross signal somewhere and trying to short it. All right, that's what should happen normally. But the problem is I don't even understand what the fuck we do there. To me, we shouldn't even nearly be there. So I don't understand what the fuck's happening in Wall Street, simply because I think no one understands. So it's really a binary choice. Either it goes higher and I'm going to reinforce my bearish position, or it goes straight bearish and I'm going to reinforce any fucking way. It's just this area we're currently trading just makes no sense to me. We shouldn't be there. There's no technical reasons to be there. So why the fuck are we there? I just don't know. So I suggest not trading this area, as I personally think it's not a low-risk tradable area, but more likely a high level of fucking risk-taking. We're in a volume area in here, which means we're trading average prices, and both case scenario can happen. Either we fuck up, go straight to bearish, or straight bullish. As you can see, if the clusters are there and there, or this area, consider this as an area, and this area, then we're right in between. We're sitting in indecision where there is volume and where stupid traders are making bets. They're betting we're getting there, or they're betting we're getting there, but truthfully speaking, we just have 50-50 game in here, and there's nothing you can actually profit from. So, just do nothing. All right? As a seller, and then that's a personal choice. I stand for it. You can be buyer or seller. I don't really give a shit. Just risk manage. So if you're a buyer, this is the area you look forward for potential buying entries. If you're a seller, this is the area you would expect to sell. Right? It's simple as that. So who is going to be filled? We don't know. I think both of them will actually be filled. But in which order? Are we going to go there first before doing this? Are we going to go there first before doing this? Are we then going to break this area or whatever? This is absolutely impossible for you to know. This current week has been a freaking mess to trade. So I wouldn't be surprised if today goes on the absolute opposite side of yesterday's session. Because that's what we've done yesterday, that's what we've done Tuesday as well. So we've just been going sideways, invalidating the previous day all over this week. So this week is a mess. And I personally think there are some days in trading you should just stay the fuck out. Today is definitely one of those days. At least in intraday basis, I see no reasonable opportunities to take advantage of in the US stock market. So I personally don't trade unless we do have something to trade. So for now, waiting. All I care about is what happens elsewhere. Today I see some reactivations on the dollar and I like that. AUDNZD is still pretty solid and I like that one, leveraged on this one. So hopefully, obviously, and thankfully this one is behaving as expected. It's the only one bringing me money recently. All other assets are just going up one day, down the other, up one day, down the other. So it's just a sideways mess everywhere else. So I'm just overwatching whatever the fuck happens, waiting for something interesting to actually happen, like bringing up some volatility, which is what I probably look forward for in the forthcoming days, looking for the dollar to start showing weaknesses and looking for big guys like Apple's to actually show some reversal confirmations. We validated the reversals. It's still not yet confirmed. Let me show you an example. So as you can see, Apple, all right, in here we've got back to the trend channel. Sorry, no. Oh, I thought we did. That's weird. So anyway, for now, maybe 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hours gone to the trend channel. So consider this as a, all right, reversal. Yeah, it's the 4 hour range structure we've had. All right, so as you can see, range boundary, range boundary, range boundary, range boundary. So we've got something in here. The range is mature. What I'd like now is for this fucking range to terminate. Like, this is validation, pulling back to trend channel. All right. Now, what we do is accumulating, all right? What I'd like is accumulation breakdown. And when you've got that, oh man, yes, I'm going to go straight to reinforce on this big nasty Apple. But for now, wait, all right? I got them think that we're going to probably test this trend line as well. So totally suggest any fucking way, bullish, bearish, lots of hesitation out of the 200 area. All I hope forward for is just to be among the winners afterwards. All right, like I said, it's going to be a binary choice. Either the bulls wins, I'm out with no losses or tiny losses, or I win, I'll reinforce and maximize the gain. All right, like I said, the who's right, who's wrong is not really the most interesting part in trading. It's just like when it goes to be proven right or wrong, it gets uninteresting to me because that's not really what I care about in trading. What I care about in trading is picking the gains when I'm right, picking as tiny losses as possible when I'm wrong, and that's just simple. I just wait for the market to bring me the answer. It's just like that. All I'm doing is looking for areas in which it's interesting to speculate. That's just it. All right, so let it go for this today. I think it's more than enough. So I'm looking for gold support areas. Find the context. So I'm just telling you what I do for the swing trades right now. I'm looking for the breakout in the USD GPY. I'm looking for reversals on USD and GBP USD, mostly because of the dollar. So what I'm looking forward for is weaknesses on the dollar. I'm closely looking at the BUNDs. I don't really understand why they don't crash. Like the German index has been significantly rising over the latest couple years, over the latest couple weeks. So we should have yieldings going down, yielding going up, and they don't. So some one of those two is a liar, right? You cannot have rising bonds and rising equities when your currency is not doing anything. So out of those three, there is one liar. I just don't know which one. Like I said, I'm selling the BUNDs, I'm selling the DAX, and I'm not yet selling the DAX, but I'm looking forward to sell the DAX, and I'm also buying the euro. So I'll be right in at least one of those three. I just don't know which one yet, as all of them are just trying to play nasty. Alright, euro area. Oh shit, I missed my trade. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to wait for further pricings in the euro area. Anyway, that's another topic. See you guys later. Hope you have a good day. Like I said, if you want to step aside from the market, you can do it. I see absolutely no problem with that. It's going to be a tough day anyway, and I can hardly give you any risk management to profit from.